Records would be, right now we did a check and there was 40 albums that are on our website. Not all 40 are available because most of them have gone into special order. Those that are available, there's 4 of them at the moment that are available. My background, I came out of course, I've been around rock and roll all my life. 1975, getting out of high school, my desire was to meet and get to know anybody I can get my hands on. So I wound up as a music director at a radio station, and with that, working with the different albums that you see on the wall and here in the studio. I mean, I was backstage doing interviews with the bands, helping them promote their albums through the radio station. So all the people that I considered mentors, I was talking to and hanging with. And so a lot of them I got to meet and get to know some of them. So it was always fun, but music has always been part of me since my first guitar at 5 years old. Chariot Records came about while we were in Virginia last summer. We were there doing a 5-day prison outreach, and Debbie had taken one of the songs. Everybody's got to learn sometimes what it was. We remade an old song, and she sent it to them. And while we were halfway through this prison outreach, an email came saying, "Welcome to the label." And that was, of course, to me it was a surprise because I didn't know anything about it. And since we've talked back and forth and we've established a really good relationship with them, and through it, you know, they've picked up some other artists as well. So it's a growing label right now. Through that as well, we released Terry Fancher, a vocal album, and an album called Guitarist, which is instrumental. Both of those went out at the same time. First of the year we did another instrumental album, Always With You. So those 3 are available online through Chariot Records as well. Songs, which we do now. The Terry Fancher album is a praise and worship, contemporary worship album, but the instrumentals are a little bit of a wider arrangement of reaching out. Years ago, probably 94, I think, maybe 96, met up with Craig Chiquiso in Oklahoma City. And he was doing a guitar workshop at a place called Granny's Music, which is a really nice place to go. It was a small group, and afterwards got to chatting with him, and he just looked at me and he said, "I challenge you, let God stretch you and see what happens." And I thought, well, you're on. So what that meant was every time we go in to record, we're always praying for a new idea, a new way of playing, a new technique, a new, whether it's freehand playing, tapping, or whatever. I mean, we've come up with some pretty wild stuff that I don't think I've seen anybody else do. challenge that started all of the instrumental stuff, and has become a great tool, especially in prisons when we go. Double neck guitar, playing both necks at one time. A song called Eagle Soars, which, you know, these inmates just love it. You know, they go nuts over this because it's different. You know, even a lot of the places that we play at, you know, go nuts over it because of the same reason. It's just they just don't see this. I have to admit, you know, when I first tried it, I was like, I can't believe my hands are doing this, and I can't believe I'm doing it. Sometimes what happens is, you know, an artist will go into a church and where the pastor has not a real good reaction is because they just gave testimony, they didn't teach. Our area is music, yes, but we challenge a walk, we challenge talk. In the area of prisons, you know, we challenge the inmate when they get out not to go back where they came from so that they can stay out, that they can be discipled into a right life, you know. And that comes from teaching, you know, which is more than the song. But yet the song itself has teaching in it too. And that's where, you know, the freehand stuff has been a real good tool because it all ties into one little...
Prepare yourself, you know it's a must. You gotta have a friend with Jesus, so you know that when you die, He'll take you home to the Spirit in the sky. Yes, He'll take you up to the Spirit in the sky. So where you gonna go when you die? When you die, they lay you to rest. You go home to the place that's the best.
But yet, we want to go wherever there's an open door. You know, we want this music, what we're all about. It's very unique when somebody walks in and hears one of these songs and says, I immediately feel peace. It's even more when somebody writes you an email or a letter saying, I had a nervous disorder, depression, unforgiveness. I'm healed. See, music has its own language, and it speaks more to the to the heart, to the soul, to the spirit, but it'll get down in your bones, and healing is a result. So that as well, music therapy, which is a medicine, and in many areas it is a medical practice, and has been used for all kinds of different areas, Alzheimer's and all that, playing music of that person's childhood and snapping them back where they belong. I believe, you know, through meditation time, praying and all, that's where this was birthed in my spirit to do what we're doing with infusion. That felt good. I want to put those accents in there too. And I wanted to twist this right here. But what's interesting is is I realized what I was doing. The piano part is playing on B flat. Everybody else is in E flat. So those are joining chords, but it's kind of wild. You know, the bass is in E flat, the strings are E flat, the piano's in B flat. And that right there, of course, that was a C minor, which goes back in. But this little round right here was fun. Now, two, since I established this already, coming out of it, I wanted to do something whole different. And, of course, brings in electric guitar, which, that's the reason why this would be the only one that gets wild with Infusion. But I got the piano, I felt the piano needed to get hung in that B flat. Just hung right there. But everything else builds, steps, and bring the guitars in and layer them, and then just blow it out the top at the end. So we come out, a little grindy, and B flat hang right here.